Hey everyone, this is Gary with Older Man, Stronger Man. I just was watching a financial guy talking about, financial stuff. And one of the things that he had mentioned was uh, the time in people's lives that something big like cancer, heart attack, etc., happens on the horizon of individuals is right around 65 years of age, my age right now. And he says that a lot of this has effects on our financial well-being and whether or not we have enough for the differences for long-term care, etc. And then it got me start to thinking about what's really important. Is the money the most important part? No. That's why I always talk about the Bank of Physicality. There's a bank that you put your money into, and then there's a bank that you should put your deposits for good health into, and I call it the Bank of Physicality. And this guy wasn't addressing that, but I definitely do. And these things can be somewhat mitigated by taking care of yourself. As I have mentioned in the past, I've known people that are extremely well off, and we're talking more money than they know what to do with, that have fallen ill and in bad health, and they would give it all away to have another year of good health, because money doesn't buy that sort of thing. It can buy good care after you get sick, but it doesn't buy good health. How do you ensure good health? By taking care of what I call the temple uh, on a daily basis, taking care of what you fuel your body with, taking care of it whether or not you are exercising it. It's kind of like the cars. So, in fact, I love this T-shirt. Let me show you. This T-shirt is an old pickup truck, and it says, "I'm not old. I'm a classic." My wife picked that up for me, and I absolutely love it. And everywhere I wear it, I get somebody saying, "Man, I love that shirt," because it's real. It's kind of like the cars, like I was saying. If you take a classic 65 Mustang and you just run it to the ground, it ends up in the junkyard, and it's got dents, the windows are broken, the upholstery is ratted out, the motor is blown, the tires are rusted, everything is just, it's irreparable. But then there were people that saw it and took care of it, made sure the oil changes were done on a regular basis, made sure that the paint was covered, made sure that when something went wrong, they replaced or repaired it. And it's the same thing with human beings. We are all classics, and that's the reality. We don't all look at us as classics. Some people buy the Mustang. Even today, some of these Mustangs are unbelievable. That 5.0, and they're just really, really sharp-looking cars, and people beat the hell out of them. There's no value to the car itself, and then others see it and go, "Wow, man, I need to preserve this because this is going to be something." And now the Mustang from 1965 is 60 years old, and it's a classic. You can't pick them up for a dime anymore, man. They're very expensive, and it depends on what they come with, etc. And so my point is, we should be looking at ourselves as classics. There's never going to be another you, and you need to take care of it. And how do we do that? Well, we make those deposits in that physicality bank every day. And if it's not every day, it should be at least 4 days a week. It doesn't take a lot. I was talking to my cousin, and he was saying he's at the gym 3-4 times a week. That's enough to make a difference in your life. That's enough to get this body rolling. It's not good for anything that is a mechanism, and we are a mechanism, to just sit still. It oxidizes, it starts rusting. That's where the inflammation comes from. life just has a way of wearing us down, and there are little tricks that we can slow that process down by making deposits every day. The coolest thing about the human body is it's very forgiving. It's very, it can rebound. It can, you can take, I've seen it. I've seen people who have had heart attacks and they just are obese, they smoke, and then they let one thing go and they've lost weight, and all of a sudden they've recovered a great deal of their health. Are they ever going to be where they could have been if they take care from the point, from point A to point B? No, but they can make changes that are positive, and it can have an an amazing effect on your longevity. And I've seen it over and over and over. And so that is what I would say is maybe the most important thing. Yes, put back for your future. I know people who put back their future and they're really smart. They put the money back, but then they turn around and they don't put back anything for this. They accept, well, I'm just getting old, I'm getting fat, this is what happens when you age. And that's a crock of crap, and it's a bowl of lies. And you don't have to age like that. You don't have to fall apart when you're 65 years old. Something I've noticed now, before I started the carnivore diet, and I'm about 90%, every now and then I'll have something that would be more described as a ketovore diet, which I'm good with. I'm not a dogmatic person as far as that goes. As long as this diet works for me and my diabetes stays down, I'm a very happy man. But I've been on this diet for, I'm going on 4 months, and not quite there, but getting there. And I lost over 30 pounds. And I got down to 164, which high school weight, right? And I didn't really like what I was doing. And at that time, I wasn't able to go to the gym because my hip was being replaced and life was just really miserable. And I've been back at the gym now, we're talking a couple months. And what I've noticed is I'm 171, 172 pounds, and my muscle is coming back. And it's defining. And what I've noticed is that there's no fat around my skin, and that the veins that are showing now that never showed before are showing. The definition of the muscle is definitely showing. And it's not a vanity thing. It's a job well done type of thing. A lot of people get they're harsh on people that go to the gym, and then when they start, they're in the rocky sweats, the grays, flannel stuff, and they're just working out. But as time progresses and your body progresses, they start wearing a tank top. They may wear shorts, and they may up their shoes and etc. And people go, oh man, that guy's really vain. Look, he started off as a slub and now he's Mr. Bodybuilder or whatever. It's not that. It's a air of confidence. It's, look what I've done, man. I feel good about myself. I don't care if anybody else notices it. I feel good about myself. And that is what I believe is going on. Or they're the vanity people, sure, but they're far and few between. I think what happens is when we get to a point where we feel good about ourselves, we buy new suits, we buy new ties, we buy new shoes, we may even buy a new car because we're feeling really good about ourselves. It's no different in the gym. And that's one thing I've noticed. And the other thing I've noticed, especially on this diet, guys, is I've battled high blood pressure for, it's got to be 8-9 years, ever since this operation, falling apart, right? But since I've been on this diet, the last time I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was 112/80. That is unbelievable for me. First of all, I get white coat syndrome when I go in. It's always 165/90. It's always something like that or bigger. I've had it in the 200s, and I just love the effects, and that's why I'm not leaving this diet anytime soon, because the effects have been really good. Not only is my daily blood glucose looking better and better and better, but my blood pressure is doing better and better and better. And so I'm not going anywhere. What am I doing? I'm also making daily deposits through my diet into the Bank of Physicality. Because face it, no matter how much money you have in the bank, if you don't have something in this bank here, you're due for what that financial advisor said. You're due right around 65. You're going to find out that you have a heart problem. You're going to find out that you have a kidney disease. You're going to find out you have cancer. You're going to find out whatever it is, Parkinson's, blah, blah, blah. Just keep on going and going. And I'm one of those people that do prescribe or subscribe to the thought, we are what we eat. And I think the history of America and the SAD diet, the standard American diet, proves this out. It shows where we were and where we are. And our kids have no testosterone. Our boy kids have no testosterone in their bodies. Talking to a young man last night, 40 some odd years old, young, and he had with testosterone, he's 350 with supplements. And that's wrong. That's just wrong. And that is what we're eating every day. That is that daily carb consumption that is just killing us, making us diabetics way, way, way too young, taking our maleness away way, way, way too young. You should be able to have great testosterone into your 70s and 80s. Is it going to tail off? Sure, you're not 20 years old, and you're never going to be 20 years old again, but you can keep that aging at a respectable rate. And if you it's just a matter of doing. And this is what I love. The only thing I really love about Nike, because they're really too narrow for me, but I love their slogan. Just do it. Don't delay. Make it happen today. And the thing is, I was talking to this guy last night, and I was telling him, you need a leg exercise, routine. You need to do your squats. You need to do your deadlifts. You need to do your extensions and your hamstrings. And these are really important. And the reason people don't do them is leg days, especially for me, it's not the day after, it's the day after the day after that I am absolutely miserable. It is like, oh my God, what have I done? But I've been doing it for so long that I know what to expect, and I know that the pain will subside, and it's doing me a bunch of bountiful good inside my body, and inside of me being a man. It is doing wonderful repairs. And your body is, like I said, it's very forgiving. It will, if you give it a chance, if you instigate it. That's where you have to put the mind over the physical, because nobody likes the pain. When you start working out, you're tearing down muscle. There is a rebuilding going on inside your body, and it hurts. It's painful because we've torn muscle down, and your body sends little helpers and rebuilds it up, and we hurt. And nothing hurts more than legs, but nothing for a man is more necessary than doing a leg workout. I'm not talking about walking, and I think walking's fine. If you're into running, that's fine. I'm talking about squats, and I'm not talking about world record squats. You don't need to do that. And I'm talking about deadlifts, and those kind of things will kick in your ability to build testosterone naturally in your body. There are things that I really wanted to get off of TRT, because there's cancer links to that stuff, and you rarely ever hear about it, but it's true. There are links, and I wanted to get off of it, and I'm so thankful a buddy of mine explained how the human body works and how it can regenerate and actually improve at any age. At any age level. And so I behoove you to start that process, because there's no reason to go out with a whimper. I want to go out, as fully able-bodied as I possibly can, enjoy life, up until whatever I'm given and be able to do the things that I love to do. And maybe even some of the things that I may not love to do, but I'm challenged to do. A year ago, last October, I hiked the Grand Canyon from the North Rim to the South Rim in one day. And it wasn't something oh, this is going to be wonderful. No, it was a challenge. And I want to be able to rise to the challenges of life. And I think it gives you purpose beyond just waking up, going to work, get home, go to bed. Wake up, go to work, get home, go to bed. And that becomes this cycle. And I think it's really important for us to put aside some time to invest in our bodies and our health. And we can do that in two ways. And I think ignoring either one of those are a detriment. And that is, one, watch what you eat, watch how you eat, and number two is get in the gym. Whatever that means, there's so many things you can do to improve your body. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and encourage you to make 2020 your best year ever, and that's my goal. All right, this is Gary with Older Man, Stronger Man. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see